Welcome to the heart of Portland's most exclusive enclave, Dunthorpe. Today we're in one of the most coveted neighborhoods in the entire Pacific Northwest, where privacy, prestige, and nature all come together. This estate, set behind a gated entrance on over an acre of landscaped grounds, is a rare blend of timeless design and modern luxury. Located just minutes from downtown Portland and Lake Oswego, this property gives you the best of both worlds. Access to the city, yet tucked away in complete tranquility. It's part of the highly sought-after Riverdale School District and sits in Clackamas County, which means significant lower property taxes than homes just down the street. From the moment you arrive, the architecture, the mature landscaping, and the sheer presence of this home makes a bold statement. So let's take a tour and show you what luxury living in Dunthorpe is all about. All right, and welcome back to today's tour. We're at 13231 Southwest Iron Mountain Boulevard, a listing that we just went live with this very last week, and one that I don't think will last very long. So I'm excited to show you the house today, but first I wanted to talk a little bit about the location. We're in Dunthorpe, which is one of the most prestigious communities in all of the Portland area. The neighborhood itself is highly affluent, and what we've seen in recent years is that there's been a migration of wealth from Multnomah County to Clackamas County. And that's precisely why I believe this listing is so attractive. The property itself sits on just under 1 acre. It's comprised of 2 tax lots though. The north tax lot is in Multnomah County. Now the southern one is actually in Clackamas County. And for those of you counting, the kitchen itself sits in Clackamas County, meaning that's where your personal income taxes are established. So from a tax perspective, this makes this property quite rare within the neighborhood. Now those 2 tax lots also affords it Lake Oswego School District as well as Riverdale School District. Now stepping up to the motor court of the house, up front, you have a really wide circular drive with dual access points on the front gate. I love the depth and privacy that gate affords, as well as just the approach you have, especially to that front and center man gate. Then once you're through the gate, the grounds of this property are absolutely stunning. I particularly love the evening shots, which Sam has so graciously come and shot this property at night, so you can see a little bit about what that looks like. Now, the house itself actually has a 5-car garage, even though it looks just like you have 3 bays there. So we'll get to that, but first off, the entry of the house is stunning. You step up on this brick patio, which complements the white painted brick facade that you see here. Now, on either side of the house, you do have an outcropping of natural stone, which is very graciously tied in to the overall more rustic elements of the house, such as these large beams on the entry and then the darker stain on the front door. All right, now stepping into the main area of this house, I love the entryway. You can see the more modern light fixture right here, and then the sunlight is pouring in from the south, which the front of the house faces. Now this is one of 2 entries. There's also a side entry, which we'll get to. It's probably a little bit more practical than the formal entry. But what I do love about this spot is immediately when you come in, you're in this great room with 12-foot ceilings. And the first thing I notice is this wall of glass right behind me. This is a LaCantina wood panel folding door. So the whole thing will open up to this grand outdoor living area right behind me. We will get to the outdoors. It is one of the best features of the house, hands down. But first off, I just want to comment on how comfortable this floor plan is. This home was custom built in 2018 by Teal Point Homes, and they did an excellent job in terms of laying out the house for everyday practical living. Now, since then, the owners have updated a few things throughout the house, such as the more modern light fixtures you see behind me, and then, of course, the quartz surround on the linear gas fireplace in the great room. Great place to hang a TV, and I loved how they tied in that quartz finish with the large island right behind me. Now, off to my left-hand side, you do have a large bar area right here and beautiful white oak cabinets that open up and provide excellent storage for coffee, perhaps a liquor cabinet, something like that. Excellent storage though in the buffet, as well as one of 2 Sub-Zeros in the house, so we'll get to that in a minute. Now the island itself is massive. You have the sink right here in the center, along with a dishwasher on the side, and then a very large navy blue Viking range right behind me. So really high-end range. I love how there's extra space on either side, as well as custom cabinets that open up, perfect for spices and things like that. Plus you have a niche right behind with a Vent-A-Hood range above. Now, continuing over, you do have an additional oven. This is a stainless steel monogram with a matching monogram microwave right there. You'll see all of the cabinets in the house are inset, giving it a very rich and overall expensive custom feel. Then continuing on to your kind of day-to-day eating area, this is the dining room. Now, plenty of room for an even larger table. You can see an 8-seater right here behind me. And then you have an additional panel LaCantina folding door right behind me, opening up into your barbecue area off of the kitchen. And transitioning now to probably one of my favorite areas in this house. And usually the pantries aren't that impressive, so they rarely make my favorite list, but check this one out. It's perfect for display and practicality. You have tons of storage on either side, plus the Sub-Zero, the sink, and the door to the outside barbecue. And then opposite the pantry, step in here with me to the wine room. Now, you don't quite see wine rooms anymore in new construction. This is really where you can tell this is more of a custom home. And it has a lot of custom features, such as this room is, believe it or not, geothermally cooled with vents on either side, providing a really nice natural cooling at no cost. And the best part is there's really no maintenance to this cooling system, which I know some of those more modern whisper cool systems can be quite a nuisance, especially if you need to maintain or replace it in the wine room. Now, continue on with me to the bedroom wing of the house. What I love about this house so much is you have great separation between the primary bedroom on the opposite side to all the kids' bedrooms over here. Both kids' rooms are quite large. You have beautiful built-ins, and then they're also both suites, both with a very distinct style. You have very wide halls, perfect for artwork in this. And additionally, you have a very large laundry room that's both form and function. But continuing with me, we are now entering into what I would call the guest bed. This is the 4th bedroom of the house. This one is probably the most impressive because of the vaulted ceilings with the beamwork. In addition, you have this linear gas fireplace plus beautiful built-ins on either side. Previous owner, believe it or not, used this as a secondary office. I will point out you have electric blinds on all of the windows plus the man door there to the exit. You have a spacious walk-in closet. The hardwoods are continuing into this room as well as the closet. And then that transitions to tile over here. Now, a couple details in this room that you don't normally see, especially in the spec new construction. Now, this has a very wide trough sink, Victoria Albert. So you have high-end plumbing fixtures in sink here, floating vanity with the beautiful cabinetry, custom backsplash, and then a transom window allowing natural light into this bathroom. In addition, you have 8-foot solid wood doors throughout the whole house that pair really well with the 12-inch baseboards throughout the entire house, giving it a really high-end custom feel. All right, transitioning to the opposite side of the house, I am passing the mudroom, which I'm just gonna stop and point out real quick because you have great storage right here. I love the built-ins on either side for all the household goods. This is a perfect countertop, just throw your cell phone, get a quick charge in, maybe your keys and mail, things like that. And then you have the man door to the front covered patio, which this is probably the way I'd come in on a day-to-day basis. You have the keyless remote entry right there, and then access to your 5-car garage behind me. Now, a couple of features this house has that I will just point out. Up above that garage, you have about 800 square feet of unfinished attic area, perfect for storage. In addition to the 5-car garage, you also have a whole home backup generator, water filtration system, and then a whole lot more, such as built-ins, EV chargers, all that good stuff that you'd come to find in a garage. Now, continuing down the hall, we're passing the coat closet as well as the powder. I personally love the arch above the sink, as well as that floating vanity, plus the built-in. It gives it a really rich feel that's sure to impress all of your guests. Now, behind me, down this hall, you have the primary den. You can see all the natural light pouring in from the front of the house, through the floor to ceiling windows. They continue the hardwoods into the den, of course, with the LED TV on the backhand wall, and then a modern light fixture right here in the center, giving you ample space to spread out and have a sitting area as well as a desk in here. Now, backing into the primary itself, you have this foyer right here, which I love how it gives you a little bit of separation from the main great room. Plenty of space for a sideboard right there. Plus, then you have the paneling that's continued from that great room, which opens up. Kind of cool hidden feature right there with a ton of storage, as well as your TV, AV equipment all nestled up there on the ceiling. Rounding out to the room itself, you have a plush carpet in here that's really nice to walk on. The bed itself is situated very nicely within this niche right here with a couple of reading and art lights on either side. I love how the ceilings are trayed up here in the middle, and then you have French doors on the back and going to your covered outdoor patio. Then transitioning to the primary suite itself, this room is massive. It does have a little bit more of an elegant feel than the rest of the house with some of the design choices. But things I am personally loving are, again, that transom window placed above the mirror, then the symmetry of the room itself. You have a large shower right here with dual shower heads, beautiful neutral tile finishes, as well as an archway right here above the bathtub. And believe it or not, I like how this is built in. You have storage on either side with a privacy window behind me that allows you to see some of the beautiful landscape of the backyard, which we'll get to. And then stepping into the closet itself, I love the build out quality of the closet pack. You have a ton of open storage on either side, the island in the middle, and then more closed off storage on the back end, which I love how they integrated the mirrors on either side, giving you a really functional way to not only hide what you have behind there, but then also check on what you're gonna wear out for the rest of the day. Now, stepping outside, here we are in the main covered living area, and the first thing you're going to notice is the scale. Now, I'm about 6 feet tall. These ceilings, much, much taller. What that allows for is a lot of natural light and just how it opens up to allow you to see your entire backyard from the inside of the house. You may have noticed this house just naturally plays the topography, and it's an upward sloping backyard. Now, what that allows for is a terrace backyard with amazing landscape that goes all the way up. Now, we'll get to all the spaces up there in a minute, but behind me, you have the outdoor dining area with dual infrared heaters, plus that barbecue area that's off of the pantry. And then I really like how they broke up this hardscape with the tree behind me right here, which is lit up at night, and as well as that fountain, which is the main focal piece. As soon as you walk in the house, you can see out the doors to it. Now, continuing up to the first level of the terrace, immediately you're greeted by the built-in fireplace right here with a ton of seating around the perimeter. The amount of hardscape and patioscape you have in this house is incredible. It really would be the perfect house for large outdoor entertaining. The privacy you get back here is unmatched, and I love how open it is to the main house itself with those dual panel doors. Continuing on this level, you do have raised planter beds right behind me. They are fully irrigated. And then I love how this whole rock wall is actually lit up with the integrated outdoor lighting. Now, as we continue up the property itself, I just want to point out how park-like this actually feels. We're in the middle of spring here, but as we continue and approach summer, this whole property will continue to evolve and just look more and more beautiful with each coming day. Now, right here is one of the flatter areas of this kind of midsection of the property. As you continue up, you can see the bark chip paths that lead up to another flatter section at the top. Honestly, this is probably where I'd put some sort of pool and potentially build this out a little bit more. But whether you improve it or just leave it as is, this truly is a one-of-a-kind property that would be impossible to replicate for the current ask price. And with that, we are going to wrap up today's tour. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has been a pleasure to showcase our latest listing. Now, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Like the video, comment with your favorite feature about this house. And then of course, if you're interested in learning more about our listing, the description will have the link as well as my information where you can reach out direct for a private tour.